Well, good morning, my friends. You know, I started my chat today out in the garden, and all of a sudden the thunder started rumbling, the skies opened up, and I was drenched. I hope you'll join me for this little chat, and maybe you can relate and give me some of your ideas on what you do to nourish your soul, what you do to make yourself feel better about life and about yourself, what you do for you. Life is a conundrum. Do we want to stay and enjoy the simple life? Or do we want to push ourselves a little bit, get out and do some things that are lurking inside a little bit? How do you feel about this? Are you having these same thoughts? You know, I think the sun is coming out, although I still hear rumbles. I don't know what survived from my little chat sitting in the garden, so I kind of want to talk about a few things. I promised you a chat in the last video about my feelings and my needs of maybe trying to get out a little bit more, feeding my soul with some of the things that made me happy in the past and still are very enjoyable for me. Moosey has been saying, get out, do your thing, have some fun. And I'm wanting to do that, not the big time stuff, but just locally, having some girl time with the daughters and the granddaughters, little girls' night out or girls' day out, playing maybe with more of the kids, but mostly maybe having some me time with some solitude times of some of the things that I did enjoy in the past and still do, wandering around an antique mall and my head just going back in the past for a couple of hours, maybe not even buying anything, just enjoying. I saw something rather unusual. It was a funny thing on Instagram. Every once in a while things pop up. It was a picture of a quite elderly woman, and she said, quoted underneath, "I'm a woman who wants to do 1,000 things, trapped in a body who doesn't want to do anything at all." And I think sometimes that might be some of us. Although I know I have energy, maybe I'm overestimating some of my energy, because sometimes when I finish the chores in the morning, the little redundant things that you do over and over, feeding the cats, feeding the birds, tending to the garden, watering, making breakfast, feeding Moose, whatever, and maybe I might choose one other chores, dishes, trash out, you know the drill. Sometimes I'm ready to just go in there by 11, 12 o'clock in the day and just want to lie on my bed and veg. I say we can do both. Why can't I live the simple life, enjoy the garden, enjoy my little outings with Moosey, take care of Moosey, do the chores, and still get out and do some of the things that I always enjoyed and still do? How about you? We're going to talk about some of the feelings that are going around in my head about my life, about the serenity that I want to feel right now, and the mixed feelings that I have about, can you hear those lovely birds? The simple life that Moosey and I are living right now, just in our little world here with the birds and the garden, the trees, the beautiful sky, and just Moosey and I right now. But it's a small world, and somehow I feel that at my stage of life, which is mid-80s, I want my world to widen a little bit more. Obviously, I wanted to include all the children. We have such a beautiful large family of 6 children and 20 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren. The COVID has messed up a lot of things for all of us. And I know a lot of you are going through the same thing. And over the last, I would say 4, maybe 5 years, I have taken on a lot of responsibilities in my little world with Moosey, and I want, although I love all this, and I am very grateful to have these responsibilities, to be here, to enjoy all these children and the garden. And I'm looking around right now because it looks a little dark up there, which is unusual for California. But today I'm going to try and be precise about my thinking and break it down into some philosophies of life. Not going to get too deep because I know most of you rely on me for making you feel good, to be uplifted, and that's what I always want to be for you. And I want myself to be the same thing, and there are a few changes that I think I have to make in order to be that, and to be that for you. I don't even know if the water's gone on yet in the back. I thought I heard some rumblings of thunder, but I wanted to come out here today because in my garden, I seem to be doing my best thinking. Do you hear that thunder? It's so unusual for California. I sure hope that the rain is not going to come blasting down, because I would have to take all these cushions in. I have to cover up some of my tubs. As you know, I keep a lot of my things outside here in the tubs. And we just don't count on rain in the summertime, but it's dark. But at the same time, it's a good time for me to film here in the garden. So I'm going to go inside and I'm going to get the rest of my jewelry on. It might be a little much, a little bougie, but I don't care because that's what makes me feel good. And then, as long as it's not pouring down rain, I'm going to come out again. I might even get my hat in case the sun comes out. So I'll be right back and we can continue this conversation. Well, it looks like it might be brightening up a little bit. I don't hear as much thunder as I was hearing a little while ago. And I wonder why I'm even here talking about this, because this is my little small world, as they say at Disney, small world. And I love my small world, surrounded by the garden, surrounded by my little kitty cats that are sitting right out there waiting for me to feed them. Pretty soon one might be here. What do you want? Do you want your breakfast already? To you. I know. I'll get around to that. Yes. Seems to be lightening up a bit. The thunder isn't rolling in anymore. But actually, do you hear those lovely birds? And I have to admit that I am very, very happy here with all this surrounding me, with my Moosey. But I do feel that I do want to experience a little bit more outside of this little enclave of ours. Now, most of that yearning is for seeing family more, seeing children more, doing all the things before the fear of COVID took over. And I'm blaming a lot of this. There's the thunder again. I'm blaming a lot of my feelings right now, and it's not discontent, because I am very content with my life right now. But we have to, you and I, have to, I think, take the bull by the horn and not let fear take over. Every time I go out, I'm afraid I'm going to expose myself to COVID, bring it home to Moose. As you know, He did have COVID for some reason or other. I never did get it. Now I do watch some of the British gals that are in their mid-60s, and they're running around London and in and out of shops and walking and doing all sorts of things. That's too hectic for me. But life at this point is a lot of responsibilities for me. I was thinking the other day, life is renewal. And every day there's a renewal of the same chores that you do. I don't know what's going on in my head. All I know is that lately I've been thinking about my age. I am in my mid-80s. You know, you think of the golden years and, dare I say, your mortality. Lately I've been thinking about all the things I should do while I still can. I should go through all my stuff, as Moosey calls it, so that the children don't have to do that. But then again, do I want to waste my years doing that? No, I don't. And my children have said, don't worry about all that, Mom. So what I would like to do is to plan little outings. And as a matter of fact, our daughters and some daughter-in-laws and some of the older granddaughters have decided, good morning. That's the pool man up at the big house. By the way, Colleen and Micah and the children came home last night, and Coda and Harley, the dogs, are home from the doggy spa. I haven't seen them yet because they all got in about 9 o'clock, and it is so early in the morning that they're not up yet. So I'll be anxious to see them later. But see that? I can get excited about just seeing children. So I started to say, some of the daughters and daughter-in-laws and older granddaughters are planning a girls' night out, and we're going to go to the movies. Oh, that includes me, by the way. I'm one of the girls too. And we're going to go to the movies, have a little supper. That's kind of what I want to do. So I don't want to get you down. I know all of you, what you want from me. I think most of you like the fact that I uplift you. I feel that I am so grateful to still be here in my mid-80s, enjoying life, whether it's my simple life right here in my beautiful garden, or whether it's just getting out a little bit more. And do you feel that way too? I know a lot of you have disabilities and pain, and you're in situations where it's almost impossible for you to get out. I hope that you can find your bliss somehow in perhaps friends getting you out. Moosey has mobility problems, but we managed to do it. Sometimes he doesn't feel the need to do all that. I do feel the need to get out. And so we manage. I get his rollator in the trunk of the car, we go out, and if he wants to sit in the car while I walk through a Home Depot looking at all the flowers, we do that. We love to get out and have our yogurt, our little drive-through lunches. He's very content with all that, except he does need to see our grandchildren and great-grandchildren. So we're concentrating on that for him. And for me, it's just a few outings with the girls and perhaps some run-throughs. Love my thrift shops. Life is like a renewal. Just like I renew the garden, I have to keep clipping things, new things grow, and I want to still be growing. Now, those of you who are in your, what I would call midlife, your 50s and your 60s, a lot of you think you're getting on in years. Oh, no. When you're in your 60s, you still have so much to look forward to. You have that energy. So make use of your time. Don't sit home and feel sorry for yourself. Now that COVID is beginning to become a little easier on most people, get out there and do things that, I keep using that word, nourish your soul. If you can't find your bliss in your simple life at home, then then plan for outings, see friends, make new friends. Some people just get out and go and have a meal on their own in a restaurant, walk through shops. They meet and talk to other people, and that's enough for them. Did you see what life is like in the mid-80s? Have a wonderful day. Well, here I am, driven inside, but all of a sudden the skies opened up and surprised us with a huge downpour. Reminded me so much of those summers as a child back east, those summer thunderstorms. I'm soaked because I had to run around trying to cover things up, but it was fun. So I will finish this up inside. I've dried my hair, I've put some dry clothes on, and I'm back. The sun will come out tomorrow. But tell me something about what you're doing to make yourself happy for your little me days, whatever is driving you to enjoy your life. I'd love to hear about it. And there's no reason why we can't live the simple life and still do some things out there in that bigger world. Right? I want to thank you all for watching. I want to welcome all our new subscribers. We have quite a few new people, and I hope you're enjoying our little journey with us. I do appreciate all the comments, and I want to thank all of you, all my friends, all the new friends. In the next video, I have some things that I want to show you in the way of some things that are helping to make my life a lot easier, and I think you might be interested in them too. So until we meet again, bye for now. I love you all. God bless us all.